Here's an interesting fact about Charleston, South Carolina. In the 19th century, you had to buy one of these plaques. The number corresponds to the fire station that would come if your house is on fire and save your house. If you did not have one of those, you were out of luck. Actually, an insurance salesman would show up and try to sell you insurance on the spot. Not a very good negotiating position.
So we're on our way out of Price's Inlet. It gets a little bit nasty here for a split second.
Never know about Mother Nature. There are no guarantees.
So far, our third day has not been charming.
There's a nice tugboat that Rob has told us about.
The wind is blowing, the sea is rough, and visibility is limited. But things are starting to look up. Sherry enters the rusted-out hulk of a tugboat. Rob Harding works along the sides of the wreck. A nice triggerfish, excellent eating, is caught by surprise, pausing just long enough for Rob to add it to the stringer. Rob spots another fish, a sheep's head. There are plenty of these good-sized fish roaming the wrecks. Rob has 3 fine-eating fish in just under 10 minutes. Not bad. Sherry is hunting for grouper, and as she makes her way to the bow of the tug, she spots a fish and takes the shot. It's a nice gag grouper. Sherry is a pro at hunting these fish on the wrecks. With visibility so low, sharks can appear out of nowhere. So Sherry sends the grouper to the surface with a float. Rob takes a moment to straighten out the barbs on his spear tip. Shooting around wrecks is hard on this type of head. A rare sight, a flounder out in the open. Rob moves in quickly. I have a feeling the spear tip will need straightening again. Rob cruises the perimeter and soon runs into another sheep's head. And the paralyzer spearhead once again lives up to its name. Rob gives the signal to head for the surface. He has an impressive stringer to hand over the side.
There's a couple of nice flat fish and a couple of sheep's head on this artificial reef. Also got a little bonus there, got a trigger also. Nice gag there. That's a great gag.
I did see some big sheephead down there.
Yeah.
Under the deck. Beautiful. That is real. Look, it's camouflaged like your suit.
Yeah.
Very nice. That'll be good eating.
I was right above this fish, and I mean, I had my face a foot away from him, and I was there for a couple of minutes, like looking around, and I didn't see him, and then all of a sudden he moved his eyeball around and looked at me.
Really?
That's how I saw him. covered himself up pretty good there.
I'd love to go look for one of these.
You need
Just
yourself
spend my
a nice-
time with my head in the sand.
Need some new doormats.
Yeah. So the answer for the quiz of the day: what famous pirate blockaded Charleston Harbor? That was Blackbeard, and that made him pretty unpopular. Isn't that right, Paige?
Yes, that pretty much ended his career.
After switching to Plan B, Day 3 of hunting the rough waters of South Carolina has been productive.
I did see some big sheephead down there. We're doing a second dive. We didn't use that much air on the first dive. We're going to do a barge. We're going to go in now and investigate this one.
Who's behind the wreck straight down?
We slide over the side for one last dive, dropping through a green haze to the sand below, where we find the barge. As Rob scans the barge, he spots a school of spadefish. And just behind the spadefish, a large sheepshead is trying to blend. But Rob is not fooled and picks it off. On the stringer you go. With a strong current and almost no visibility, Sherry Day is having trouble finding the wreck. Rob continues along the side of the tug when he comes to a compartment holding a huge sheepshead. But the fish calmly moves away. And Rob takes a shot, but just misses the fish. His shaft is laying in the sand, and the prongs of the spearhead are bent badly. In the green, murky water, Sherry and her cameraman miss the wreck. All too easy to do in these conditions.
I'm in the wrong place.
No, I know, but I don't know how this happened.
Rob Harding reloads again. Another big sheepshead is out in the open, and this time, Rob does not miss. This spearhead has seen better days, but is surprisingly effective. Sheepshead are a delight to serve as a meal. Delicate meat with a wonderful flavor, and none of these will go to waste.
Got a few nice sheepshead. Up right there. You got it. Looks pretty.
Yeah.
Down.
Very nice. Rob, those are some beautiful fish you pulled out of that last wreck. Unfortunately, Jose and I missed the wreck with the strong current and the bad viz. Somehow we blew past it. That happens sometimes. But we've had a wonderful time in Charleston, South Carolina, and that does conclude our adventure. Thank you, Rob, for a great